Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining me at the table. I'm Thomas Dodderwick, and this week I have the pleasure of sitting down with Dr. Sean Donnelly, the new principal at Great Falls Central Catholic High School. Dr. Donnelly, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. I mean, you just are starting to join the staff of the Diocese, and so we need to know a little bit more about you.
Okay, yeah. Well, I was born and raised in Miles City, Montana. Graduated from high school there in 1991. My wife, Kelby, and I have been married for just over 25 years. We just had our anniversary about 4 weeks ago.
Congratulations.
Thank you. We have 5 children. Our 2 oldest both have recently graduated from Great Falls Central. My daughter, Jenna, is going to be a sophomore at University of Notre Dame this year. My daughter, Erin, is going to be a freshman at Benedictine College in Atchison, Kansas. Oh, wow. And my daughter, Tara, is going to be a freshman at Great Falls Central this year. My daughter, Lucy, is going into 7th grade, and my son, Avery, is going into 5th grade, and they're both at Our Lady of Lourdes.
How did you end up here in Great Falls?
You know, really just my first teaching job that I was offered after I got out of college back in the late 1990s was at Fort Benton High School, and I taught at Fort Benton for 2 years, and then I was offered a job at Great Falls High in 2000, and then I was at Great Falls High for the last 23 years, and then when this opportunity at Great Falls Central came along this spring, and I was blessed to be offered the job, I retired real quick, really abruptly retired from the public system. And so my last day teaching history at my old school was June 2nd, and my first day on the job at Great Falls Central as principal was June 5th. So I was retired for 2 days.
Wow.
I didn't take up any hobbies. I didn't get bored either. So it was a nice short retirement.
After such longevity at one school, what made you want to make that transition to another school?
Well, I've always had a special place for Catholic schools, starting with going to Sacred Heart School in Miles City when I was a kid. I started there in 1st grade, and then my own children having gone to Holy Spirit and Our Lady of Lourdes and Great Falls Central, I'd always kind of been looking for an opportunity that if it ever worked out, that it would be just wonderful to either teach or maybe be an administrator at a Catholic school. And the timing was finally right, and everything just fell into place very quickly this spring.
Funny how the Lord works like that.
Yes, It is. Because it was something I've been looking for a long time, really over a decade, but the timing was never right. The opportunity was never there until now. And so it's kind of funny. Some things, they seem sudden when they finally do happen, but when you look back, you can see the groundwork has been building for a long, long time. And I think I would fall into that category.
What about Catholic education draws you to it?
You know, one of the things about Catholic education is that you have this opportunity to look at things from both a faith perspective and a reason perspective. And one of the real joys of learning is learning the truth about an issue. And that's something that at a Catholic school you don't have to shy away from. You are able to look at any different subject or topic and really get to the full truth of the matter. Again, looking at it from a faith perspective and a reason perspective, as well as just basic things like that you can attend a Catholic education class in school, and that Mass is held weekly or maybe even more often. We're actually going to have Mass offered 4 times a week at
Fantastic.
Central this fall. Father Dave is just coming on board as the new priest at the school, and we'll have Thursdays will be our regular school Mass, where the Mass is built into the middle of the school day, basically right before lunch. And then the other 3 days each week that he will be in the building, he's planning on doing a Mass right after school gets out each afternoon. So anybody, students, parents, anyone really who wants to stop by Great Falls Central and come into the chapel at 3:10 on, I believe it's going to be Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays this year, there will be a daily Mass offered at that time.
What a gift to the school and even to the city. I mean, the more Mass is said within the city, it's a beautiful gift.
Absolutely.
A lot of people might be asking, okay, you just mentioned that you started in June. What do principals do in the summer?
Well, I can tell you one thing that I have not done is get my office decorated yet. My kids say they're going to do that for me. I've been there 5 weeks and they haven't followed through on that yet. So that better get done here within the next month. You know, the students come in for school on August 23rd. I've got to have my office looking better by then. So far, it's been a lot of different things. Hiring people has been a big thing, and you have to make sure that you have those teachers in place to teach the classes, and so that's taken up a lot of my time. Yesterday, I spent most of my workday driving. We had a bus that was being repaired in Kalispell, and somebody needed to get the bus driver to Kalispell so he could drive the bus back, and I volunteered myself for that job. And so I rode over to Kalispell yesterday, dropped him off with the bus, stopped on my children's request and picked up a whole bag full of Chick-fil-A food.
Well, of course.
And then drove back to Great Falls, and they were happy to see me, but they were really happy to get the Chick-fil-A and have that for dinner last night. But really the biggest thing has been just hiring people.
In addition to the academics that you've spoken about, Central's got some good sports shaping up for the fall. Talk a little bit about the sports programs.
Yeah, so I'm hearing good things about the football program this year. Because of things like COVID and some of the other issues that had gone on it through all of the sports, and not just at our school, really everywhere, not even just in Great Falls or Montana or the United States. It seems all over the world for a real loop a few years ago. And it's taken time to come back from that. But what I'm being told right now about our football program, we have enough boys out playing that we'll have both a varsity and a JV team this year. And they've participated at several camps and leagues this summer, and they're doing very, very well, very competitive. I don't want to get into predicting wins and losses, but I think there will be more wins than losses this year. I think that's a safe prediction to make. We'll see, but one thing's for sure is that the coaches and the players, from everything that I've seen and heard, are very excited about it. And basketball, volleyball, wrestling, all of the other sports. And I'm sorry, I know I'm leaving quite a few out.
Sure.
It's a great opportunity for kids to participate. I can remember a long time ago seeing an athlete who, I think it was a wrestler, credit where it's due to the wrestling fans out there, the back of his t-shirt, and it was one of those t-shirts that everybody on the team would have had one. It was kind of their motto. It said there are two kinds of pain, pain of dedication and pain of regret. Choose yours. And so that dedication that you have to commit yourself to, regardless of what level you're at or how successful you are in terms of wins and losses or rankings, that is such a wonderful life lesson to get and really important.
Mm-hmm. Talking about the student athletes, but also just the student body in general, how are we looking for the fall as far as enrollment? And is that still open right now that people can join?
Absolutely, enrollment is still open. And then that's something even, during the school year. If somebody was to move to town or they just had a moment where they realized, maybe there's a better fit out there for my child or for me, anytime during the school year, of course, we're open to that. Mm-hmm. Right now in the summer, we're very busy getting people enrolled. And it's interesting, depending on who you talk to, what the numbers are. If I had to guess a number, I would say will probably be a little bit higher than we were last year. Last year, as I understand it, the number of regular students at Central was in the low 60s, and the number of foreign exchange students, I believe, was 4. This year, it's really hard to say, but I'm hoping, and I wouldn't be terribly surprised to see the number of regular students enrolled be a little higher, maybe 70. 70 would be a good number to get to for this year. And the number of foreign exchange students might be considerably higher. We might have 10 or more this year.
The student body, you spoke about the faith life of the student body. Do students have to be Catholic? Is all the faculty Catholic, or is enrollment open to anybody?
Enrollment is open to anybody. We have many students who are Catholic, of course, more students who are Catholic than not, but it's a very significant percentage of our students who are not Catholic, and also on the faculty. Some of the faculty members are Catholic. I am myself, several others are, but it's not a requirement. And we have several of our best faculty who are not Catholic. And so, yes, obviously, if you're going to be at a Catholic high school, everything that we do and everything that we teach has to be in line with Catholic teachings. However, you don't have to be Catholic to come to the school as a student or to work at the school as faculty or staff.
What are you looking most forward to during your tenure as principal?
Wow, that's a big picture question there. When I think about my tenure as principal, I'm hopeful that, given my age, folks, I'm going to be turning 50 here in about 4 weeks. So I know I don't look a day over 65, but I'll be turning 50. And so, given my age and health, I would like to envision myself being at Central for the foreseeable future. And when I say it that way, I'm thinking, if you had to put a number on it, probably at least the next 10 to 15 years.
Sure.
And there are so many possibilities of what could happen with the school and all of our Catholic schools as a system here in Great Falls over these coming years. And so when I look forward to Central, say, if it was 15 years from now, I would just love to see a vibrant school that everybody feels that school is not only solid as a rock academically, but also in their faith life. The Catholic identity at that school, while it's open to everybody, is so strong, and it is a place that just brings joy to everyone that comes there.
What a beautiful vision for the future and for your tenure. If there is someone out there who, whether it's a student or a parent, who is interested in supporting you in that vision or attending Great Falls Central, how can they learn more about the school? How can they start that ball rolling for enrollment possibly, and all of that?
Yes, and that would be wonderful. And if anybody's out there watching this and thinking that, thank you in advance. I look forward to meeting you. So our school website is greatfallscentral.org. It's all lowercase, Great Falls Central, all one word. And the phone number is 406-216-3344.
Dr. Donnelly, thank you for taking time today to sit down and talk to me about the great work that's going on at Great Falls Central Catholic High School, and I wish you all the best luck in your tenure.
Absolutely. Thank you, Thomas. I appreciate it. God bless you.